a warm welcome to the Diplomatic Encounter, a current affairs program that gives you the behavior of countries in the international arena. My name is Sharon Karinda. In today's program, we're going to be looking at spirituality and religion. We are also going to look at Christmas holiday and the New Year holiday. What do these holidays mean? What is the relationship between Christmas and Christianity? Join me as you're going to talk to Janita and Divya from the Brahma Kumaris organization. Welcome to the program, Janita.
Thank you, Sharon.
Can you tell us about your organization, Brahma Kumaris? What is it all about?
Brahma Kumaris is a spiritual organization where we actually offer free services to the community to take them into the process of meditation. We do this so that they can get in touch with who they really are, so the spiritual aspect of oneself. Also to connect with the higher being, God, the Supreme, the Almighty. So with the technique of meditation, which we call Raja Yoga meditation, becoming the master of the self and connecting with the higher source, it allows one to be able to tap into their spiritual side, into a side that is filled with love, peace, happiness, bliss, purity, power. So the Brahma Kumaris aims in spreading this information to people from all walks of life, irrespective of your cultural beliefs, race, gender, or even your religious beliefs.
Okay, so from what you've said, can we say that religion and spirituality and also meditation are interlinked?
Definitely, they are interlinked.
Okay.
We wouldn't call ourselves a religion.
Okay.
If we do want to give ourselves that title, then we would probably say we believe in the religion of peace.
Okay.
But when it comes to understanding spirituality, it is actually going into a deeper understanding of yourself, a deeper understanding of what is spoken in religion. So for example, when we are saying meditate, what we are trying to do is we're trying to still or silence the mind, and let's have read a psalm or a proverb or some verse or extract from scripture. What I'm doing is now I am contemplating on those words so that I can see what those words mean to me and how I can apply that in my day-to-day living.
So can you differentiate between religion and spirituality?
Yes, religion is more to do with, I would say, worship, devotion. It's sort of like, when we pray in religion, what we are doing is we are communicating with God, but the way we're communicating is like we are asking.
Okay.
Whereas when we're looking at spirituality, because we now have an awareness that God is my Father, I am His child, I now see Him as a parent and that I have a right. So now I'm not asking, but I am now creating a more sort of an intimate relationship with Him so that I can fulfill what strengths I need.
Okay, so Brahma Kumaris teaches a form of meditation that focuses on the soul and the spirit. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, so when we are understanding the soul, spirit, they actually mean the same thing.
Okay.
We do get a bit confused because different cultures have different names for it.
Yeah.
But if we look at energy, consciousness, soul, Atma, Ruh, Nur, these are all different names, that actually mean the same thing.
Okay.
So spirit, again, is just energy. I am this energy and I work through this body. This body is my vehicle through which I can express myself. So it is the soul that does the expression.
Who are the people that you induct in your organizations? What do I really have to be part of your organization?
All you need to have is the want to get in touch with yourself.
Okay.
It's so very, very simple.
Okay.
Because what we are saying is that when one seeks deep within to question themselves that, gosh, who am I? Because I've been playing all these roles. I have career, I have family, I have hobbies, I have interests, but they still don't define me. I still sometimes sit and look back and I say, gosh, do I really know me? And when I start asking that question, then I know it's time to knock down on that door where people can guide me spiritually so I can get in touch with the real me.
Okay. So we're now entering into the festive season, and usually Christianity and Christmas are related. Since your religion, or not religion, I must say, is not really on the Christianity side, how do you perceive Christianity?
If I were to, let me take myself back as being a Hindu, since I am of Indian origin. And if I now look at myself through that perspective, and I say in Hinduism, when we celebrate so-called Christmas, it will be known as the Festival of Lights. If we now look at Islam and they talk about Eid, again, it is connecting with the light. So Christmas and Christianity, same thing. It's connecting, it's a festival of light. We see lights, we see Christmas tree decorated with lights, we see lights everywhere. So when I look at it spiritually, which is where I am now on my path, in life, I would say that when we start embracing everybody's differences and know that irrespective of whether it's Christianity, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Diwali, whether it's Hinduism, whether it's Islam or Eid, it's actually all coming down to what is the core. And spirituality now shows me that. It shows me to look at the core. And when I start looking at the core, I can now understand the significance Christmas has.
So how then do you celebrate Christmas?
First is we need to understand what Christmas means. What are the things that happen during Christmas? And when we see what those mean to us or what value they hold to us, then we celebrate it. It has much more meaning. At the Brahma Kumaris, the way we look at Christmas would be we look at what are the things that are part of its celebration. So we've got the tree, we've got Santa Claus, we've got the gifts. So we now need to understand what is the value or the spiritual meaning behind it. When we look at the tree, for example, we are looking at it saying that we, as the human world, we are sort of all connected to one. So the tree of humanity and all the stars, that is all the lights on the tree, represent every single one of us. We all are one, yet there's one star or angel on the top. And that one star or angel signifies our Father. So we are all connected that way. When we see the gifts, it is what we exchange with one another. We exchange love, peace, happiness, bliss, joy. Unfortunately, today it's gone a bit extra step where there has to be these gifts that need to be bought, which kind of actually puts pressure on individuals.
This has been the first segment of the Diplomatic Encounter. Join us after the break. This is the second segment of the Diplomatic Encounter, where we're talking to Janita from Brahma Kumaris organization. And now we're going to talk about love and gifts. Janita, can you elaborate on the essence of gifts and love on Christmas?
Well, if we look at ourselves as individuals, we'll see that our core values that we have within us are love, peace, happiness, bliss, purity, power. So when we exchange, there's automatically that natural, emanation of love. So it's not like we go buy that love from the shop and present that. It comes naturally from within. So it is a time for us to go back to probably remind ourselves that, we are this. We are love. We are peace. We are happiness. We are kindness. And you'll find that a lot of people take this month to do a lot more deeds of charity. And, so that brings back that awareness back into their consciousness to say, yes, love is within me, I am love. We forget that because we get so engrossed in everything that we do in our material world, so that pulls us away. That's why that holds a very deep significance. Of course, it'll be nice for us to maintain it throughout the whole year. And that's why meditation definitely helps us to achieve this, awareness.
Okay. On the issue of meditation, as we enter into the new year, what is the essence of it?
Well, I think if we practice it, generally people try and take resolutions and say, well, in 2017 I'm going to do this, I'm going to achieve this, these are my aspirations, and come the first 2 months they may be working towards it, and then as the year goes on it fizzles out. So when we do practice meditation, what we're doing is we're giving ourselves clarity. And when we have mental clarity, when we know what we want to achieve for the year 2017, we are constantly reminded. And that awareness being maintained drives more determination from within me so that I work towards achieving it and that it doesn't sit on the piece of paper on my table. I actually do something about it. So that's how meditation would help me. It helps me to envision, to maintain the focus, and to act out what it is I want until it actually happens.
Well, religion is termed to be the most powerful tool in the world. But lately we've seen that it has turned around. It's now sparking wars, terror attacks. Can you elaborate on that?
When anything is, in its beginning stage, it's very pure, it's very strong, it's got power. But as time progresses, and as we get more and more, I would say, a mix of ideas, then there's dilution. So the strength actually starts becoming less and less. So this is what has happened with religion. In religion, we find that initially it was very, very powerful. And of course, that's why it was a powerful tool. Why was it there? To give us the disciplines, the laws, the principles, so that follow these and you'll be able to maintain a path of morals. But we can see the morality has totally been lost, and people are using now this tool to their advantage and using it to develop greed, to develop power, to develop status, as much as it sounds, how it sounds, but this is actually the reality of it. And why is it? Because when man is beginning to put a lot of his thoughts behind it, as opposed to allowing God's words, which were initially probably there, to be what they were. So I think that's probably my understanding of the reason why it's becoming sort of, something where wars are triggered, peacelessness is brought about, and religious is not seen in the same light.
Okay. So has your organization faced any challenges here in Zimbabwe?
Challenges as in, yes, absolutely. We find that people are very reluctant to try meditation. There's a slight fear because they don't know what it is. And it's because of just not having awareness. And so the more people start understanding that meditation is simply a tool that allows you to silence your mind, to become still, and allows you to continue with whatever it is your religious practices are, with whatever it is your cultural practices are. It allows you to continue with those, but at the same time, you are incorporating love, peace, happiness, bliss, powers inside all of those, things that we talked about.
Okay.
So it's something that one needs to start opening up to start understanding, and go within, ask yourself, do I really know myself? Do I know where I'm headed? Is love really emanating out of me naturally? If not, what is it that's covering this love? Is that anger too strong, greed too strong, hatred too strong? I need to now work on those and simmer them down simply by being more loving. And so this is what we teach and encourage people to understand, so that they can practice this in their homes, in their lifestyle, and become better beings.
Okay. Meditation, as I understand, has to do with the mind. What are other benefits that we get from meditation?
Whilst meditating, like I said, clarity, then we also have health benefits, because when your mind is clear and you are focused, there's no way that you can have anything else disturbing you, such that the stresses that people go through, the stress that we go through, not giving ourselves the time to be, and we just do, this is where diseases manifest. And so that's another benefit of practicing meditation. But actually in the Bible, it is stated that meditate upon the word. And what does that mean? We've had quite a few inquiries here where people going to whichever churches they go to come and say, we've asked our pastors, exactly what does meditation mean? How do we meditate upon the word? When people do come here, we then help them to understand that what we are asking, what that means is reflect, stilling the mind. That's all we are teaching them to do. How to understand what's going on in the mind. Where does negativity come from? How to, continue with positive mindset. Using the positive mindset now, how to empower it with religious texts. How to empower your connection with God. This is where meditation helps you to deepen. Like I said, it's more of a very intimate, close relationship you're creating with yourself and with God. So it is something that one should not really, resist, but actually embrace and allow. When we're sitting in that quiet moment, this is when you can actually hear the voice of God.
Thank you, Janita, for joining us.
You're welcome, Sharon, and I hope this really inspired you.
Yes, I've actually learned a lot, and I'm sure going to join you on one of your programs.
Thank you.
This has been the second segment of the Diplomatic Encounter. Join us after the break as we're going to be talking to another guest. Welcome to the third and final segment of the Diplomatic Encounter, where we'll be looking at issues to do with religion, spirituality, Christmas, among other issues. I'm now joined by Divya, who's going to elaborate further on these issues. Welcome to the program, Divya.
Thank you, Sharon.
Okay, so recently we attended the Christmas function, where you were doing the dance and all that. What exactly you were doing?
Yeah, sure. I'm a trained classical dancer, and I have been dancing since I was 3.5, so that was many, many years.
Wow.
And that night and that evening we had celebrations where we had guests from Kenya. Our zonal in charge, the director, was also visiting us with a project called Om Shanti Project, where we donate minutes for world peace. And what we wanted to do that evening was just give people a glimpse of how we create happiness from within. Normally what people do is tend to look outside of them for love, for peace, for happiness. Whereas that evening, when I was invited to just give people an experience through dancing, that's what I achieved.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people enjoyed the dancing.
So tell us, what is your experience with meditation? What have you benefited from it?
I have had about 42 years of meditation. I started as a child, and what it has done for me is that throughout my life, where I've been through different stages, as you know, that teenagers have a lot of problems and issues, peer pressure, outside stress, educational stress, environmental stress, fashion. These are the subjects that even I was going through. However, what I noticed was that I was different from the rest. And I realized that I knew who I am, rather than putting different masks to try and please others. And meditation brought the inner strength from within me to be able to stay above all those pressures.
Okay. So what is your understanding of religion?
Religion is man-made,
Mm-hmm.
and meditation is God-inspired.
Yeah.
When we take meditation in its core value and make it a discipline as a daily living, what happens is that we build on the habit, and until it becomes natural. For me, it has become so natural that even when I'm standing in queues, even I am stuck in a traffic jam, any condition does not affect me anymore. I do not become stressed, angry, and I see that people around me are getting quite worked up, whereas I am stable in my being.
Okay.
And meditation has helped me to get to that state.
All right. So what is your meaning of Christmas?
Very good question, thank you. Christmas, even though I was born in a Hindu religion, but my upbringing and my education was in a convent. So we had to participate almost with the same full spirit within our convent. And our nuns, our father was really very, very kind to explain, even though we were from a different background, the meaning of this Christmas spirit. Even though we have this different religious understanding, to me, Christmas means generosity, happiness, kindness, all the time, not just during the Christmas season. So when I start practicing generosity, even when I have other people showing hatred, that is the true understanding of Christmas. When I have arguments, when I see people having arguments and I don't get sucked in that energy, that is what Christmas to me is.
Okay. So can we say there's a connection between Christmas and your dance class?
Yes.
Okay.
What it means is that any time that I can express my inner joy, inner strength, and I would be able to then transform another person's state of being into happiness, and they might be feeling stressed, they might be feeling worried, they might be feeling angry, and just through my state of being, if I can make another person comfortable, that is what I believe dancing does to me. And through the Christmas dancing that you witnessed and you enjoyed, a lot of people also came back to me and said they enjoyed that and they felt it.
Okay.
So it's an inner transformation rather than just having something temporary. This brings joy from within.
So what is your message to the Zimbabwean people as we enter into the festive season?
Festive season normally brings a lot of stress. However, I would ask the Zimbabwean public to just really pause for a moment and ask this question: how am I feeling now? What is it that I am doing? What I have noticed that people are partying, people are planning for partying, but they're stressed. So they're pursuing the aim to be happy. However, the journey along is bringing a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of stress, a lot of anger. So normally when you reach a destination in that state of being, you're never going to enjoy the destination.
Okay.
So that is my message. Whether it's just the Christmas spirit or whether the 2017 or any task project proposal you're doing, do it in a state of being where you want to enjoy the journey and the destination.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
This has been the Diplomatic Encounter. We've talked to Janita and Divya on their understanding of spirituality and religion in connection to Christmas. Hope you've been entertained, informed, and educated. For more details, visit our Facebook page, that is The Diplomat Zimbabwe, or you can watch our YouTube channel, The Diplomatic Encounter Zimbabwe, or you can WhatsApp us on 0718 438 270, or you can call us on 0772 692 915. Until next time, happy holidays.